Hello everyone and welcome to the YouTube channel of Being ACCA. This is Tushita Gupta, ACCA affiliate, and in this video we are going to be learning a few concepts of financial management. So you would have probably heard the term of derivatives. If not derivatives, you would have heard the term of futures, forwards, options. So all of these terminologies are nothing but derivatives. So before delving deeper into futures, forwards and options, let us try to understand what derivatives are. So like the name suggests, derivatives, they derive their value. So they derive their value from an underlying asset. Now, these derivatives do not have any value of their own. Rather, they derive their value, they get their value from another asset. So, the underlying asset can be anything. It could be gold, it could be silver, it could be any other commodity, it could be any stock, it could be, literally any asset. So, whichever is the asset through which the derivative is deriving its value will be called as its underlying asset. So just to sum up the definition, derivatives are nothing but financial instruments which derive their value from an underlying asset. They do not have any value of their own. Now, talking about the types of derivatives which are commonly heard and used. So these are called futures, forwards, and options. So these are a few types of derivatives that we have presently. So the first one is futures. Let's talk about futures. Let's talk about each of them separately with an example to understand them with. So let's suppose, you are presently dealing in the National Stock Exchange, which is the Stock Exchange of India. So there's a company listed over here called Zomato. Now, presently, hypothetically, let's assume that the share price is 195 rupees today, and you're anticipating that in 3 months from now, the price is going to increase and it's going to go up till, let's suppose, 250 rupees. Presently, it's at 195, but you are anticipating that the company is doing good, and in 3 months, their share price is going to go up to 250. Now, what you do is, you get into an agreement with someone today that, listen, 3 months from now, I'm going to buy 100 shares of Zomato from you, and you lock the price today. You're thinking that the price will go up to 250. So what do? You decide that from, you go to, let's suppose you're this person, okay? And you go to another person who's a shareholder of Zomato, who holds some shares. You tell him that after 3 months, I'm going to buy 100 shares of Zomato from you at a price of 200, right? So this person today is making a promise that in the future, on a specified date, exactly 3 months from now, I am going to sell you 100 shares of Zomato at 200 rupees, no matter what the market price is. So what will happen if you are, eventually right after 3 months and the share price does go up to 250? You have entered into an agreement, and this person will have to sell you these shares at 200. So what will happen is, the difference that's there between the market price, so you will buy them at 200, and the difference between the market price and the price at which you have bought, so you have bought at 200 and then you sell it at 250 in the market. So the net 50 which you have gained on each share becomes your gain, and you have 100 shares of this sort, so your gain will be multiplied according to that. So basically, in futures, what happens is, you get into an agreement with someone that on a future date, at a specified future date, at this specific price, this exchange is going to happen. It can either be for buying or it can also be for selling. So this is what a futures agreement is. Now let's talk about the forwards agreement. So basically, futures and forwards, agreement-wise, they are more or less the same. Just one major difference that you will find is that futures are always traded on the exchanges. They will always be traded on exchange, so you can call them exchange traded. When it comes to forwards, these are OTC contracts. What do you mean by OTC? OTC means over the counter, which means there is no intermediary involved over here. You simply go to another party, get into a forward agreement with them. So to understand this better with the help of an example, let's suppose you are McDonald's. Your primary business pertains to selling burgers and fries. So for fries, what's your main ingredient? Potatoes. So for potatoes, you know that you have this much demand every month, or these many months you're going to need this much kgs of potatoes. So what do? You go to a farmer. Presently in the market, let's suppose the price for potatoes is, okay, we're talking about India. So let's suppose maybe 10 rupees per kg is the price that you get potatoes at today. Now, you know that 3 months from now, you're going to need 100 kgs of, or let's suppose 1000 kgs of potatoes. Now, this is what your requirement is, and you know that you have to buy this 3 months from now. Now, as a business owner, as a profit maker, your major concern is that today this is at 10, maybe what if in the future this rises up, and this will eventually increase the cost of my raw materials. Now I want to lock in some price so that I'm saved from the higher rise in the prices of potatoes. Now what do? I go to a farmer and say, hey, listen, 3 months from now, I want to buy 1000 kg of potatoes from you at a price of, let's suppose, 12 rupees per kg. Maybe you are expecting that the price will go up to, let's suppose, 15 or 17 per kg. Now you are entering into a lock-in agreement with this person, with this farmer, that please, after 3 months from now, I'm going to buy 1000 kgs from you at this rate. Now, why will a person enter into such an agreement? McDonald's over here is making all the profits, because maybe, generally also the prices for commodities generally go up because of inflation and everything. So why will a farmer enter into such an agreement like this? So what does he get in return? What he gets in return is what you call premium. So in the above case also, which we have talked about futures, premium is applicable. This right that you get to buy something from someone at a later price, at a later date, at a fixed price, the price which you have fixed today. So this right comes at a price, and the price is called premium. So let's suppose he charged you 20 rupees to, give you that right. So this person has gotten 20 rupees from you to give you that right, that, okay, 3 months from now, I will sell you 100 shares of Zomato at 200. Similar is going to be the story when it comes to forwards. The premium, the farmer, McDonald's is going to pay farmer some premium, because he's the one who's getting into such an agreement that even if the market price is up, he will not be able to take advantage of it. He will still have to sell it to McDonald's at 12 rupees per kg, no matter what the market price is. So for providing such a right to McDonald's, the farmer is going to charge a premium, and whatever is the premium, that, let's suppose it is 1000 rupees. So this 1000 rupees will be called as the premium for, McDonald's to get this right to buy these many kgs of potatoes from the farmer 3 months from now. So this is what futures and forwards are. Again, reiterating that mainly the difference remains that futures will always be exchange traded. That means you have to, go to a stock exchange to get these financial instruments. But when it comes to forwards, these are over the counter, which means there's no intermediary involved over here. Parties themselves get into such arrangements. Then the last thing which we talk about are options. Now, as the name suggests, option, you have the option to buy something or not buy it. So options are again of two types. One is a buying option, which you call a call option, and one is the option to sell, which is called a put option. So over here, the story more or less remains the same like futures and forwards, but the main thing which is different is that you have a choice, you have an option, you have a choice over here, that if I have bought the option of call, if I have bought the option to buy, let's suppose today, let's continue with the same example. Zomato, the price is 195 today, and I've got a buy option. I've got a call option. 3 months from now, I can buy this share at, let's suppose, 250. So this is the option that I've bought. Now what happens in reality, in real life, what happens 3 months from now, the real price is only 200. So do you think I should be buying, you know, uh, at the rate of 250 when in the market I can actually buy for lesser? No, right? So options give you that flexibility. So you have a right, but not the obligation to buy. So it's very important terminology that you have a right, but not an obligation. So it is totally upon you whether or not you want to exercise your right. Similar is the story with a put option. In a put option, you are buying the option to sell something. So if I have bought an option to put, let's suppose in the market, okay, maybe I own some shares, and those shares are today priced at, let's suppose, 300. Now in the market 3 months from now, probably let's suppose the market rate is 350, and the person who I have bought the put option from, so I have the option to sell it at, let's suppose, 320. So again, this makes it unfavorable for me to exercise my option, because in the market I can generate higher sales proceeds and higher profits. So I will let my option lapse. So you call it lapsing the option. When you do not exercise your option, that is when you let it lapse. Otherwise, if there was a scenario that the market price is 350 and my put option is 370, in such scenario I will exercise my option because I'm able to sell my shares at a higher price than in the market. So these are the two, options which you get when you have an option. Either you exercise it or you don't exercise it, which means that you let it lapse. So this basically gives you an overview of what forwards, futures, and options are. If you want me to make a detailed video explaining with numericals also, please let me know in the comments down below. I hope that this was helpful. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.